8 years ago, city and community leaders launched a bold initiative laying out strategic and specific goals for Southeast Fort Wayne. Well, we wondered how it's going. 15 Finds Out investigative reporter Adam Widener discovered that the city and community give the plan's progress very different grades.
The city and others have initiated many positive projects in Southeast Fort Wayne over the last 8 years. But 15 Finds Out discovered commercial voids, empty lots, and many who say the city hasn't done enough. And after we started asking questions, city leaders admitted they need to update their strategy.
Don't tell me. I don't know about my South Fort Wayne.
There's a lot of things that's not being offered on the south side of town.
A bunch of lines and everybody just telling lies and a bunch of crap, and then when the first time you get a chance to stab us in the back, you do so.
Their neighborhood's full of loyalty, the place for the majority of the city's homicides, and newfound frustration coming to a boiling point this election season.
Just now, election time, you want to fix the streets, you want to build a restaurant.
To understand some of that frustration, you have to go back 8 years.
They're really hoping that we follow through.
In 2006, the city and hundreds of people in the Southeast community teamed up on an unprecedented plan, the Southeast Area Development Strategy, a 10-year vision for the future of Southeast Fort Wayne, highlighting 9 areas ideal for commercial and retail development, anticipating 400 new homes for the Renaissance Point project, recommending new incentives and new policies. The sounds of city crews building an urban garden echo one of the many positives that have come about after this study, including street and sidewalk improvements, new street lights, facade grants, blight control, new zoning and tax abatements, a new office for Parkview Hospital, a new YMCA, and 66 new homes at Renaissance Point. On the horizon, a $25 million public project that hopes to move Anthony Boulevard underneath the railroad at Wayne Trace, $20 million in private renovations at the former Eden Green Apartments on Creighton, and an IT company creating jobs at the old Target across from Southtown Plaza. This is a 10-year strategy in this study. We're 8 years in. What grade would you give the city in implementing this plan?
If you look at the goals that we set out to achieve, I'd give us an A.
Considering we said in Renaissance Point alone that it would take 10 years to get $70 million worth of investment, and we've already seen 50, A+.
I would give it a solid C.
C plus B minus, right in there.
But talking with leaders in the community, you'll find a different story. If you drive around the 9 areas listed as ideal for development, you don't see a lot of new retail and commercial projects. Empty lots in the Pontiac Street corridor, the old police department on Creighton, abandoned and overgrown. Another lot sits empty near Southtown Plaza, recently offered up for free by Mayor Tom Henry, and Kmart has closed.
Still not enough has been done.
John Dortch is the president of the Southside Business Advisory Group, appointed by Mayor Henry. The group is trying to attract a sit-down restaurant, a hotel, a small manufacturing company, and a medical clinic that's open until midnight.
In talking to people, many of them does not agree with me even saying a grade of a C. They're saying it less than that because they feel not enough has been done in terms of businesses, in terms of relationships with the city. It's not working.
This right here is going to be the urban garden.
Anthony Ridley is the first to point out positives in his community. He's president of the Southeast Area Partnership, representing all neighborhoods in that side of Fort Wayne. But he thinks the city hasn't done enough to bring in public-private partnerships in his area.
The city is falling short on getting the investment here. We feel that they need to be more aggressive about their approach. There are not enough jobs around here to supply the kids so they have something to do. There's a lot of good kids walking down the street wanting to work. They can't find work because there's nowhere to work close to them.
Is the city doing enough to implement this strategy?
Oh, of course.
Heather Presley and Pam Holliker with Fort Wayne Community Development say the city's role in this study was to create the best environment for businesses to come in.
We want to see development happen, but without the private sector, it's not going to happen. The city is not going to go out there and invest all of the money it takes to develop something because that doesn't prove there's a market.
Still, in order for the study to be truly effective, it says it must be evaluated and updated by the Southeast Strategy Action Team. Has that been happening?
We don't formally meet anymore. regarding, depending upon what the topic is or what we're talking about. We just really meet individually with various people in the Southeast.
Presently, I'm not aware of the team meeting.
Local barber Lewis King was on that committee. When bringing up this study, 15 Finds Out discovered there's one thing in which both sides agree.
What I would hope would happen would be that we would go back, revisit the strategy. Like I said, I would be more than happy to sit on the board.
I think right now we're at a time, and it isn't quite 10 years, but I think so much has happened that it is really time, and I know we've talked about it internally about updating the strategy.
After hearing both sides, what grade would you give the city so far in implementing the 10-year Southeast Area Development Strategy? You can weigh in right now at our poll on the homepage of Wayne.com. Now, this is just the beginning of our investigation. New tomorrow, you can hear why Greater Fort Wayne, Inc. says it'll be focusing more attention southeast. Live in Studio 15, Adam Widener, News Channel 15.